Hello and welcome to Craft and Chat. I'm Amanda Fowler. I'm live on YouTube and Facebook. And if you are here watching live, thank you so much for joining me today. A sound and light check is always appreciated, just so that I know that I'm actually live where I should be. Do let me know where you're watching from. And if you're watching the replay, the first 20 minutes or so will be crafting. No, we'll be chatting and then we will be crafting. So let me just straighten this up and double check. Double checking I'm live where I should be. It should all be good. But I'm never 100% sure. You know why? Because sometimes Facebook plays games with me. Sometimes YouTube's a bit glitchy. So it looks like we're all good. Okay, so before we actually really get started, I've got two things to say. The first is I am waiting on a delivery. Again, it's Tuesday afternoon, of course. So I may have to run away because because of the delivery. But I've now got to run away because I've forgotten something that's really important. So bear with me. I'll be back in a second. Ugh. I'm back and back. Did you miss me? Huh. I had really important things to show you. Cards. So that was really important. Of course, now I'm going to be all out of puff. Excuse me. Look. I'm all overheating today. I'm not sure what's going on. I am not getting sick. This is what we're saying. Right. Let's see. Wow, everybody's here today. That is awesome. Elizabeth's here. Elizabeth's here. To Elizabeth. Mum's here. Pauline, hello. Michelle is here. Judy's here from Southern California. Judy, I trust that where you are safe. And actually, whilst I've got people on, live and so on, my heart goes out to those who are struggling at the moment. Not only, obviously, there's the wildfires, but there's flooding. Europe is struggling, obviously, with all sorts of different things. So if you, wherever you are in the world, if you need a hug, I'm sending one. It's really important that you know that people are thinking of you. Scylla is here and I'm loud and clear. That is good, Scylla. Thank you. Lorraine is here. Margaret. Donna from Oz. And Therese is here. Vive la France. Hi, Therese. So lovely to have you catch live. That's really good. Okay. So, Judy, that's good to know. She's about 45 miles away from the fires. Okay. So, I have like a mountain of things to talk to you about, a mountain of things to share, some really cute things to also share. And what we're actually going to be talking about later is books. And many of you know I am a bookworm, or as I like to refer to myself, I am a book dragon. Um, it's like a thing because I hoard books. Yeah, I'm an avid reader. I read a lot of books. I read real books and books on my Kindle. They're real books too, but you know what I mean. And actually, I am so obsessed with reading that my most recent handbag that I bought has got a spot for my Kindle to live in it because I don't go anywhere without it. One of my friends took her mum to the hospital the other day for a really quick procedure, but as these things do, it took longer. And she's a bookworm too. And I said, well, you know, surely you had your book with you. And she went, no, I didn't think about it. And it's like, mine's always in my handbag because you never know. You never know. So here's a question for you. This is the first question. Then we'll come back to this in a bit because I know a lot of you are also bookworms. Do you fold down the corners of your books or do you use a bookmark? In Amanda's world, there is only one correct answer. But I'm really interested to see what your answers are. And let me know what types of books do you like to read? You know, are you an e-reader, Kindle, Nook, all those different things? Or are you a proper book person? Or are you like me that will just have all the books and all the things? So that's the first thing. So let me know about that. Now I've got Christmas cards to show you. And I know Christmas has gone, but these are cards that I received for Christmas. I wanted to share them with you because, you know, the love and attention that went into these cards in the first place and the kindness of the people to send them to me. And also, one of the things that I think is always really well worth doing is keep your cards. Because when you're having a day when you can't think of what can I make, I don't know, you know, I want to make a card, but I don't know where to start. Flicking through some cards that you've received from people who may have a different style to you or use different colors in a different way or different styles of stamps or images or so on can spark a little bit of imagination. So I keep mine. I have boxes and boxes and boxes of them. So this one, let me just see. This one is from Tessa and Pat. Now it's actually like an opening card at the back, but then you've got this really cool fold out piece here at the front. Look. Isn't that cool? So that's this one. This one is from Anne. Anne's often here on a Tuesday. This is it's like a tower fold. And she's used the snow embossing on the white to make the tower fold, and then the lovely ice skates. This one is from Kim. Now, you may recognize this. This is actually part of the watercolor kit that I showed you before Christmas. It's like a notebook with watercolor pencils. I don't know whether it's still in stock. Hang on, I can check because actually I'm going to show you something on the website in a minute. Do, 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 do. I don't know whether the kit is. I will check in a minute. I'll double check in a second. But I gave Kim the kit for Christmas. So no, not for Christmas. What am I talking about? Because Christmas card. I gave it to her for her birthday. And this is from the lovely Wendy. And this actually, I think this is a tag kit that she's made into a card, which is another really cool thing to do. Because, you know, the tags are often really beautiful, and this is really beautiful. So you can often make them into full cards. This one is from Claire. It's a lovely wreath. It's really cool. This is from Roz. And Roz, if you're watching, I'm sending hugs, and I'm hoping that your world improves soon. Look at that. Isn't that really pretty? Then this one is from Sue, and she said a blast from the past. How many of you remember doing these types of cards during lockdown? I might have to resurrect this. Does anyone want to make some more of these? Then this one is from the lovely Lynn as well. And what Lynn's done here, I don't know if you can see that. That's the ribbon. And she's just trimmed it at the edge. So again, this is why getting cards from other people is so awesome, because you go, I could use that ribbon or that ribbon. But instead of her leaving kind of a sort of fishtail end or anything, she's cut it just to fit the size of the sentiment, which is awesome. And then one more. This is from the lovely Michelle. Michelle is here today as well. So awesome cards. Thank you. Thank you so much. Somebody did ask me the other day, how can I send you a card, Amanda? Because your address isn't online anymore. Yes. That's because, yeah, I've moved it. So if you would like to send me a card, just email me and I'll send you my address. For those of you who are customers, you always get my address anyway, because it's on the back of the catalogues. But there you go. Or you can send me a picture, because I've figured out now how to make a PDF of the cards that I get pictures sent to me. So that's really cool. So let's have a look. Oh, look at all these comments. So Elizabeth saying she adores actual books. Yes, I knew that. And yeah, yeah. I'm good. Elizabeth, I'm coming back to you in a minute. Donna saying bookmark. Elizabeth saying no folding, making bookmarks. Hi, Ali. Bookmark and don't break the spine, says Elizabeth. Lorraine's going bookmark and proper book. You can't do either with a Kindle. That's very true, Karen. But I'm talking about when you have a real book. Margaret always uses a bookmark. Real books. Donna downloads books onto her phone if traveling to reduce luggage. So yeah, I have the Kindle app on my phone and I have it synced. So I can read on the Kindle, read on my phone. Yeah. Read anywhere. Ali uses Kindle mostly psychological thrillers, crime, Scandi noir, action adventure, some horror and fantasy. She's a voracious reader. Yeah, that is me too. Folding and bending books should be a criminal offence. Good morning, Kathy Jean. Yes. So do you know what? I'm thrilled because you are so all my people. Bending down the corners. Oh, my daughter, bless her, is a corner bender. She bends down the corners of the books. And so, so much so that actually when I lend her books, so we have similar tastes in books, and you know, and we swap books around, and I let her have my books with a post-it note on it that says "Do not bend the corners," and I send every single book with a bookmark in it to remind her not to bend the corners of my books. She wants to do it on her books, that's entirely up to her, but not on my books. Yeah. So it should be an offence, Ali. I am so with you. Okay, so there is method to my madness because we're going to be talking about books and stuff in the crafting segment coming up. But I've had a couple of messages from people who've been struggling getting their celebration items when they're shopping. So I'm just going to show you how to do that, basically. So the first thing I am going to do is not that. How about that? That works. Okay, so hopefully you can now see the Stampin' Up website. So I'm just going to go there, and you've got lots of different things, your kits and so on. And I'm sure that you know that you go to What's New to find the new stuff, like scrapbooking things. Look at that. This is one of my favorite things. And for those of you that are waiting for scrapbooking classes, look at this. It's coming. So I'm going to add that to the basket. And then can you see, hopefully, yeah, it popped up. There was a celebration bit of information that says for every £55 you spend, you get to pick a celebration item. So I am just going to find something else to put in my into my basket. So let's add that and view the basket. So currently you can see on this right hand side I've got £52.50 in, and it's telling me about celebration, but I can't add anything because I haven't gone up to £55. So let's get some Tombow because everybody needs some more Tombow. And to be fair, whenever you need to increase your sales to achieve a certain level, just add Tombow every time. Okay, so it's telling me that we have achieved the celebration items, but on this particular screen you can't see anything. You have to press that pink button there which says checkout and start the checkout process in order to get your celebration items. And if you just look on this right hand side under the words order summary, it tells you you've spent $58.25, and it says celebration items selected 0, remaining free items 1. So you then click checkout, and I'm just going to go, it won't let me do it. Right. Hold on a second. This is always the way. Let me do that. I'm just going to log in independently. Let me see. Sorry, I didn't think that through. Dear. Right. Okay. Phew. Dana, hi. Sorry, I'm going to get really excited. Am I seeing you in Florida, Dana? Yeah. Dana is one of my demonstrator friends from the US. She says, add some Tombow or dimensionals. Yeah, every time. Okay, so let's go back to where we were. And we've got the checkout page. And you then, at that point, you have to log in. Okay, so you can check out as a guest if you want to, or you can log in. But then it's at this point, it shows you your freebies. Now, there are certain items that you can get if your purchase is £55. And then right at the bottom, there's a little plus. And if you open that up, there are 2 items that you can get if your purchase is £110. Obviously, my purchase is 55, so I can pick one of those. And I am going to pick the seagulls because, oh, why wouldn't you? And then you can check out. Okay, so you can just do your ordinary checking out process. So I hope that makes sense. And if you're still having trouble, then send me another message and I will give you a call and we can talk through. Oh, okay. Dana's aiming for Alaska. Yeah, I'm aiming for Alaska too. We will see. Alaska was one of the best incentive trips. So yeah, that's what we're working for at the moment. Okay, so let me concentrate now on the crafting bit. So I've told you about celebration. I have had people joining my team this week, which is wonderful. It is such a great opportunity. It's the best value, absolutely the best, and you get ongoing discounts and you can come to events and you get to see stuff first, and it's really cool, and you get to hang out with me and my team, which is amazing. If you are interested, if your current wish list is more than £99, and I don't know anyone really whose wish list isn't more than £99, then think about joining. I can send you the links, I can send you the information, and I can answer your questions. So that's really cool. That's going on. You already know that there's online exclusives. There is scrapbooking. There is the new mini catalogue. There is celebration. And there's an annual catalogue as well. So, you know, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff. So, I am now, I've got a kit to show you very briefly. I'm not going to make anything in the kit. I just want to show you it because it's different to the other kits. And then I've got some more crafting to do. So let's turn this camera around. And yeah, there we go. Okay. So this is the Thank You Kindly kit. So if you remember last week, 3 kits launched. 2 were sort of like coordinating kits, and this is the white, all white kit. And I wanted to show you because it's kind of one of those things that until you actually see it, you can't appreciate its beauty. So let's get it out. Save these pieces of board. Those of you that are going to be doing my spring retreat, you need to be saving these pieces of board because one of the projects that I'm going to show you uses board like this. And if you obviously, when you do the spring retreat, it's included in your kit, but you'll want to make more. So, so you'll need more of that. So as always with the kits, there are photo instructions. But I want to, and honestly, I don't know how well the camera's going to pick this up. So these are the envelopes, and these are not like our normal smooth envelopes. These feel like a cotton paper. So they're smooth, and you might be able to see there actually. They're smooth on the inside, but they've got this like dimpled effect and the gold foiling around the edge. You've got some layers. You've then got language sentiments. Now, again, keep these because you can use them to make a card themselves. You might only be using one language, but obviously you could actually put all of the messages all on one card to send an international card. Or if you've got a school locally or rainbows or brownies or guides, they would be appreciative of different sentiments as well. So they're all gold foil on black. You've then got die cut circles, again in this textured paper. You've then got these, which let me show you. These are die cut. And this is why I love kits, because everything's die cut for you. You don't have to think about it. So you're actually going to be putting circles over the top of those. You've got your card blanks themselves. And then you've got all of these. So you've got leaves. They're kind of falling out there. But these leaves are actually cut. They're cut. The leaves are actually cut sort of, can you see? They're split there as well. So they're cut and foiled. You've got flowers. And then you've actually got sheets of tissue. Save that because you can craft with that as well. So it is beautiful, absolutely beautiful kit. And you've got glue and dimensionals as well. So what I will do, I'm going to be making some of these cards because I've got quite a few thank yous to get out this week. So I will be making these and sending them out. So there we go. Okay. So let's get back to the books. Because we have been talking about books all morning, all the time. Have you seen this stamp set? It is so cool. So it's a bundle actually, but shock horror, I didn't buy the bundle. I just bought the stamp set. And you know, you're allowed to do that. You're allowed to buy the dies on their own if you really like the dies, or the stamps on their own if you really like the stamps, or buy it at the bundled price if you want it cheaper. I just wanted the stamps. I didn't want the dies. That was my choice. So I just bought stamps. Now, if you've got a bookworm in your world, this stamp is awesome. More and more people are reading. More and more people are reading actual real books as well as Kindle and online versions of books. And this is great to mark your books. Sadly, I have a library stamp that I've had for years and years, and this is how I know that I'll always get my books back from my daughter because I can ferret them off a shelf because I know it says that it's my book. But this works really well. And then the other images, I'm going to show you. I'm going to make a quick card in a minute. The other images work really well to make a nice card. And they are also awesome for the scrapbookers amongst you. So really multi-purpose stamp set. So I am unsurprisingly going to use this stamp as well. I mentioned about my spring retreat earlier. This is the stamp set that you'll be getting in your spring retreat. It is very cool. And I am using, this is country. I'm going to, some of you will be shouting the answer to the question. It is Country Woods. The paper's from Country Woods. And I've got all my stamps. I've got some blends. Ta-da. Okay. Where's my Stampin' Map? Okay, so what I thought I'd do is make a really quick birthday card using the stamps. And I'm actually I'm using blends, but I'm going to be using one of the Stampin' Up inks. And when I was using blends last week or the week before, I think I said that you can use blends with your water-based inks. So oftentimes people say, oh, well, you know, you're really only supposed to use them with Memento. Memento is a water-based ink. So you can use them with your standard Stampin' Up stamps as well. So I am going to stamp the happy birthday. Look, how cool is that happy birthday? Everyone needs a stamp set. And then, this made me smile. Happy birthday. This one's for the books. Now that could be many different things. If it was me, it would be because of books. And does anyone want to guess how many books I got at Christmas? Have a guess. Right. So I am going to put some books at the top and a whole heap of books at the bottom. So let me get some grid paper. Okay, so let's see. So I am just doing a really light colour on the edges of those books. And then I'm going to just colour in. Now, obviously I'm working on crumb cake card. And it will then affect the colour that I'm using with the blends. So I would always use slightly lighter colours rather than darker ones to just try and get the tone right. And I've purposely gone for blues and browns. So I just want this to be a really tonal card. So, oh, there's a few guesses. A few guesses. How many books did Amanda get at Christmas? And if you got books, how many books did you get? And to be fair, with me, it's always, if you're not sure what to get me, book is a good plan. Oh, 8, 10. Nope. Brian actually, because he knew there was a particular series that I wanted, he actually bought me a combination of books. So he always buys me a cookery book. Something he's been doing since the very beginning. And this time he got me the book by Kitty Tate. She's a young baker, and the book's called Bread Song. And I just started it actually the other day. But I love cookery books. I've got shelves and shelves and shelves of cookery books. And it's just a real treat. And I love cookery books like this particular one, which is actually a story. It's a story about her, and she's had quite a few struggles in her life, and how she became a baker. So that's really, really cool. I'm nearly there. I could sit here for hours colouring in, but we'll just get it finished quickly. So Ali's saying 23. Ali, I wish it was 20. It wasn't 23. It was actually, Liz was saying 25. And Donna's saying 13. It was actually 16. Yeah, 16 books. I was a very, very lucky girl. I was also, and sort of included in that, some of my gifts were money, and I bought books. Oh, with all of it. So there we go. Okay, how cool is that? Right, I am just going to put a little bit of shadow here with these books, so they're not floating. I cannot do anything about these floating books, because if I try and draw a shelf, it will all go horribly wrong. I'm not going to do that. Donna's saying that should keep me busy for a while. Yeah. The other thing you need to know about me is I read really quickly. I think I am 4 books in already. So yeah, very cool. And to be fair, whereas lots of people sort of watch the TV in the evenings and that kind of stuff, I read. So, you know, even if the telly's on in the background or that kind of thing, I often just read. So and as I said earlier, I take my Kindle with me everywhere. So, you know, I've got a spare 5 minutes. So there we go. So look. Love it. And obviously what you can do then is you could put gift cards in there for books, or there is another project that I'm going to show you. Well, 2 other things I'm going to show you. One of them I'm going to make, and that is, let me move that. That is bookmarks. So let me pop that there. So Elizabeth here, Elizabeth sent me a lovely gift box with this lovely book and a bookmark. Now, this I think is a die, because it's got beautiful stitched edging around it. And look at that backing paper. That's amazing. But this is something that's really, really cool. And if you ever make bookmarks, something else to always be conscious of. So Elizabeth actually put an eyelet here, and the back of it often is sharp, and she's actually covered it over. And look at the beautiful ribbons. So always be aware of something like that. And I think it's really important as well. Quite often I see really long bookmarks, but I really like a short bookmark. And if it's pretty like that, it's really cool. So that would work really well, obviously color coordinated, but that would work really well as a gift, wouldn't it? So Elizabeth, thank you. And Kim made me this. So this is one of the books that Kim got for me. But she made me this. Now I know in and amongst you all, there are many sewers. I do not have sewing skills at all. But this is a corner bookmark, and she's used 2 layers of felt, which she's stitched and embroidered on. And then on the back is a piece of thin cork. So it's really sturdy and works really, really well. So I thought, I'm sure I know how to make corner bookmarks. It's an origami fold. And I checked that I knew how to do it. And I do remember how to do it. So I thought I'd show you. And show you how quick it is to make. And then I've got a plan. So this is the same paper that we were talking about before. And you need a square. Now this is a 6-inch square, or for my metric friends, it's 15 centimeters square. That will actually give you a corner bookmark this kind of size. You can go a bit smaller, but I wouldn't go too much smaller. So the first thing you want to do is turn it over and fold it in half. Now, in every class, in-person class, online class, I talk about bone folders. If you do not have one of these, please get one. If you're vegetarian, vegan, and don't want a bone folder made of bone, please don't buy the Stampin' Up one. You can get plastic ones. They don't give as good a crease, but ethically, obviously, if you don't want to use bone, then that makes absolute sense to me. These are made from cattle bone. They're a byproduct. So byproduct of the meat industry. Okay, so you've got your sharp crease there. So it's made a triangle, and that's the opening bit. You're going to take this point and bring it up to that point. And you want to squash it down and reinforce that fold. Like so. And then you're going to do exactly the same on the other side. Now, Stampin' Up paper is actually thicker than standard origami style paper. So this is why you need the bone folder. You do need to really give it a bit of welly to get it squished down. Okay, so you want really sharp points. Then you're going to open this up. So you've got a diamond shape in the center. And what you're going to do is pull this piece down and put the point to that center point just there. And again, reinforce that. fold. We're nearly done. So take this piece and you're going to tuck it in and tuck it underneath and inside like that. Again, reinforce the fold. And I always put my bone folder in there and just make sure it's all flat, because the page will actually slip into here and you don't want anything catching. And then you're going to do exactly the same with this one. Now, depending on how tight your creases are will depend on how little gap you've got here. You will always end up with a bit of a gap, but it won't be a huge gap. And then you've tucked that in like that. And look, there we go. So that's the fabric one, but that is a paper one. You could even do that and leave and have that as a gift there. So I thought, well, that's really nice, but you're going to need to put some decoration on it, aren't you? Sorry, I'm just reading the messages. Okay. Ali's bought a Kindle because she didn't have enough space for her books because she loves hardbacks. Donna's a fast reader. And Dana didn't know that our bone folders are bone. Yeah, they are. Indeed they are. So let me, because somebody was asking about this the other day, actually. Let me just pull that up there. It doesn't actually say on the information, but yeah, they are. You can, if you've got, if you've ever used a plastic one, you'll know the difference. Okay, so I thought, well, we can put things on there to make it more interesting. So I just, because this paper was on my desk, these are the papers we're using for craft along. I thought that worked really well. So you've got, obviously, by using our Stampin' Up paper, because they're double-sided, you always got a really nice, interesting inside as well. And then I've just cut out one of the flowers here, just to give a little bit of decoration. You don't want too much on the top, because once it goes inside the book, you don't want to kind of be rucking up your pages too much. And something else to be aware of, if you're concerned that this will be a bit flimsy, what you can do is put in a 2.5 or a 2 3/4 inch square of card in there. If you do that, let me show you, actually. It's easier to show you. If you do that, you won't lose all of the pattern. So if I just put in a 2.5. You'll see. So if you put in a 2.5 inch square like that, you'll still see this beautiful edge. And you could use a colour as well, couldn't you? but it will just make it a little bit less flimsy, because this is quite thick because it's got multiple layers of paper, but this back piece is only one layer. So I thought, well, that's really cool. But then I thought, what about if you've got a youngling that is into reading? You know, we want to encourage kids to read. So let's figure out what we can do. So I went into my cupboard and I found my glass jar of eyes. Please tell me I'm not the only person that has jiggly eyes. So these, I've collected these over years, and they're all different sizes. And I thought I could make a monster. Is what I figured. Actually, I'm going to get two different sizes because I haven't decided yet what size eyes. Jiggly eyes are awesome. Okay. So I then have lost my bit of paper. Where did that go? Oh, there we go. I then cut out some teeth. So literally all I did was got a piece of cardstock and just cut triangles like this. Actually, I'm liking this because these are bigger teeth. I made little teeth there, but I think with his eyes, I might need bigger teeth. So let's see. So I just cut these bits out. Oh, I like those better. They're bigger teeth. We like the bigger teeth. No jiggly eyes in your craft room, Sandy. Jiggly eyes are important. So I thought they're a bit pristine for a monster. So I thought we might have, you know, slightly dirty teeth. Making me happy. So let's just get a little bit. Dana's got some self-adhesive jiggly eyes. Yeah, I've had those in the past. I can't remember where I got these from, but this is what all remains. I had like a huge bag of them. So all I'm going to do with the teeth is just stick them in underneath, like so. And then are we going to go big? Definitely big. Definitely big eyes. So I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive tape on. You could use your Tombow, but because the backing is plastic, it will take a little bit of time to dry, and I want to be able to put this in the book straight away. So obviously just be careful if you are using any wet glue to make sure that it's completely dry. You do not want your book pages to stick together. That would be a disaster. Right, so let's see. So Oh, the little ones are going to love that. That's going to work really well for them. I think you could probably put eyelashes on as well. I'm just getting distracted now. Let me just... Do we like the eyelashes? Do you like the eyelashes? Oh, that's just making me laugh. Oh dear. This is absolutely a craft that you can do with your littles. I would suggest, in order to help them make this bit, you use like a photocopier paper to begin with, so they get to understand how to do the fold. But then, you know, you can let them loose with your paper, and look. I am liking the eyelashes. So let me because I haven't stuck it down yet. So there's the one without, but I think that we definitely need one with eyelashes. So there you go. So obviously you can have pretty or you can have silly. But you know, it makes us smile. That's exactly, Ali. That's exactly Elizabeth. Same. Margaret. Thank you. Sandy. Oh, Judith saying one eye of each size. Oh, I didn't think about that. Oh, hang on. I can't. Oh. Maybe. Oh, you see, Judy might be onto something there. Look at that. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, right. I will finish faffing with this, and that one's got its glue on, so I need to sort out his eyelashes. Need to make the eyelashes a little bit more pointy, I think, rather than chunky. But I'll figure it out, and then I will put it on my blog. Thank you so much for hanging out with Amanda's books today. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch. All of the products that you've seen today can be purchased in my online store. If you pop over to www.inspiringinking.com, you'll see clickable links to my online store. There's a mailing list you can sign up for, and in-person and online classes as well. And you can join in with my online classes wherever you are in the world. So it would be lovely to see you there. So take care of yourselves. I will be back here next week at 2 o'clock UK time. I hope to see you then. Goodbye.